God damn, it's hot out today. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In the last video, I hit 50,000 miles, so I figured I would do a little video for it. So I've had this car for going on 12 years, long ass time. Most people in the car scene don't hold on to the cars that long. I just feel like if I'm going to dump all this money into it, what's the point of selling it? And as of just recently, I found out I got to do rear brakes. They just started squeaking, so that's going to be coming up this week. Because I checked, it's like pads are good all the way around. I just replaced front rotors and front pads, so it's not that. I checked the rears. There's still a little bit of life, but the squeak is coming from the rear. So I'm probably just going to replace rotors and pads and call it a day. That way I just don't have any issues. Definitely a warm one today to be out driving this car with, you know, it's 90 plus degrees, no AC. All I got is a little bit of fan. It is hot. So I can't remember if I mentioned in the last video, I'm going back to Florida in August. I think the end of August, early September, something like that, maybe crossing over, who knows. We found out that the builder we were originally planning on going with and finalizing everything with for a house really wasn't that good. I don't know if this is too windy. I hope it's not. I'll go with it because it's really hot. I don't feel like rolling the windows up. But it was... We did some research and we found out that the builder was just not that good. They had like 1.2 stars on they had like 1.25 stars on everything, Consumer Affairs, Better Business Bureau, all their like websites, Google reviews, all horrible. So pretty much I decided that we're gonna go back down. We already have another builder in mind, and we're gonna drive from another home, hopefully in the same area. You know, hopefully in the same city. If not, it's not a big deal. We'll still be in South Florida, somewhere on the coast, in the Gulf. But yeah. So that's coming up here soon. But I still haven't finished the Miata. I haven't even touched it. I've been just so busy doing other things and been kind of lazy. And then I was sick, so. Alright, like I said, I've owned this vehicle for going on 12 years now, and it's been a great car. 50,000 miles. I bought the car with originally 21,000, so in 12 years I've only put roughly 30,000 miles on the car. I haven't had any major issues. I know in a previous video I talked about that, where all I had were like the cam angle sensor going out a few times. No major issues other than that. As of right now, I think the only issue I have left with the car is like a small rattle in the back, and I gotta change the rear brakes. I think like my idler pulley or something like that, tensioner pulley, is starting to get old and wear down a little bit, starting to make a little bit of a squeak on when you shut the car off. And it sounds like it's coming from the belt side somewhere. So pretty much I think it's about that time where I'm going to do belts, brakes, pulleys, and I'm also probably going to do a transmission flush while I'm at it. I've done one, I think I did one at, I want to say it was like 28,000 miles or 30,000 miles. I like doing them pretty often. With as much abuse this car gets, I want to, you know, make sure the transmission stays good. I know a lot of the people that own these cars, they run into issues with, you know, a lot of grinding, a lot of synchros going bad and whatnot. I haven't had that issue. I don't know if it's because I maintain my transmission a little bit more and a little bit better than other people, but I haven't had that issue. So when I bought the car 12 years ago, all it had was a wideband, Innovate wideband, stage 1 ECU, and I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and a AGP wastegate. So, and then a few years later, I decided that I wanted more power. I wanted to really get down into that lower, you know, 12 second, 11 second, possibly 10 second bracket for drag racing. But I never really got into the track as much as I wanted to. I really wish I would have more in the years that I've owned it. I'm going to, from here on out, I plan on hitting the track a lot more. But yeah, I mean, it's got about, I would say, somewhere around 100 passes on it. I guess now that I think about it, the only other issue I had on the strip was my shifter bushing. My shifter bushing kept popping out of gear. Every time I go slam into third, and I really don't actually slam my gears. I really shift quick and light, so I never slam my gears. I never really, you know, I'm never really abusive on that, on the shifter and transmission. But I kept, every time I hit third gear, like towards the end of the strip, I would end up popping that bushing right out, and then I pretty much have to coast all the way down until where you get your time slip, and then I'd have to pull the center console off, and then I would have to fix it, and then sooner or later I just left the center console out because it was annoying having to pull it out and fix it every time I had the bushing pop out. I do have the booger bushings. They're a pretty popular bushing within the SRT community, which is pretty much within the Neon community, period. But I'm probably going to go with the aluminum. They have aluminum, and then they have, like, I think they have a steel one, I'm not sure. But I heard they're a little bit, makes the car a little more rigid in the shifting, which it already is pretty, you know, stiff and rigid, but it's going to make it a little bit better, and it's going to prevent a lot more of that, those bushings popping out when I'm on the track. But anyways, going back to when I first wanted to make more power, I bought my buddy's, it's pretty much, if most of you guys know turbos, it's the, they call it the Gold Plate Turbonetics turbo. It's got an AGP compressor housing on it, but it is a Turbonetics turbo pretty much for the most part. It's the Gold Plate, like I said. It's one of the most reliable and one of the most old school turbos that I remember. I remember a lot of my friends ran the Gold Plate turbo, and it's a 50 trim turbo with a, I want to say it's like, I can't remember the exact hot side. It was like a 60 something hot side. My original goal was to make at least 500 horsepower on E85. Like I said, it made 475 on pump. That was with alcohol injection, and I took the alcohol injection out. It was annoying having to fill it up all the time. And unless I went to like a bigger tank that was in the back of the car, you know, like in the trunk, then maybe I would, you know, keep it. But I didn't really notice that much of a difference, so I decided to pull it out. But next summer, or whenever I move to Florida here, maybe this fall, depending on what goes on, I'll be running E85 all the time, and I just really see no point in 93 unless I'm traveling. But I love the car. There's a reason why I've had it for 12 years and I haven't sold it. It's just been the best car. It's so funny because it's like, now that I'm getting older, you see a lot of these guys my age are getting Corvettes, GT500s, and Challengers, you know, and so on. And they're even getting to the like more supercar of the Japanese world, like the RX-7s, the Supras, the NSXs, and all those cars. So for me to still have this and have my Miata, I mean, I'm gonna have a Supra soon. That's my goal. I found a couple, and every time I find one, it always sells before I can get to it. So once I move to Florida, I'm gonna find a Supra. I really want a white Mark IV with a sport top, and it's got to be close to stock, but it's got to be a turbo. I can't have the NA, it can't be an automatic. So it's got to be what I want and what I've always dreamt of. So that's definitely coming. But for this, it's like, even though it's just a Neon, I love it to death, and it's a great car. I mean, They're easy to fix, easy to modify, they get good gas mileage. And on top of that, I like that they're one of the most hated cars out there, because once you smoke somebody, then they hate you even more. So, but yeah, just look at the car. I mean, it's funny because when I went to the car show yesterday, I went to Cars and Coffee, I was hearing these people as I was driving by saying how they don't see SRT4s anymore, they don't see them this clean anymore. There's only probably a couple more in the state that I would say would be cleaner than mine. Let's see, the girlfriend's calling me. Oh, Ian, he's having issues with his car. What's going on, man?
Hey, so I checked power to the fuel pump, I checked power to the starter, I checked the battery, I checked that ground.
Fuses,
I
all that
cleaned
stuff?
both sides, and I cleaned them with a wire brush, because I have that battery brush that we got at Harbor Freight a while ago.
So we're at another location, a little loud from the traffic, but closer to my home and it's out of the hot ass sun. So anyways, like I was talking about the car, you know, I'm trying to keep the miles low. It's gonna be a long time until I hit 100,000, probably another 10 years. Hope to keep it that long, I really do. I don't plan on getting rid of it, I don't plan on trading it. Unless somebody really, I mean, I've already had offers 12, 14,000 from people who really want it, that have a little bit more money, that can afford to spend that much money on this car. Well, if you think about it, I bought the car for 18 grand from my buddy with low miles, in damn good shape. Then from there, I ended up putting like another 15 grand, probably more, 15 to 20 grand on top of what I paid for it. So you think, I paid 40 grand almost, 35, 40 grand roughly for a damn Dodge Neon. So, I don't know. But like I said, it would have to take a lot for me to give it up. This traffic is really loud. I didn't think it'd be this loud on a Sunday. I've been just sitting here in my car, actually relaxed and just enjoying this weather. It's like nice, I got a little view here over the city. It's like, this car, I'm telling you, it does everything, just relaxes me. That's why I say it's like the best car ever. The seats are comfortable. I love these seats. That's why I never want to upgrade. I just want to put the slots in them for harnesses, since supposedly they were made for it, but they would never put them in. The one thing about the interior of this car, since I wrapped the headliner in suede and painted everything black, it makes it so dark in here. As on the screen, at least on the screen it looks really dark, but the suede really kind of tops off the interior. I still have to fix the front panel here. I got the piece sitting in my toolbox. I just got to paint it and put them in. Since I removed the visors, since I never used them, they were ugly, and I didn't want to wrap them or pay to get them wrapped, just because it would just cost way too much. It looks better without them anyways. So I just got to get these two pieces in so it can suck the headliner up just a tiny bit more. It'll be perfect. But so I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Hope you're enjoying the weather. And I plan on getting some Miata work done this week. I keep saying it, and my dumbass keeps falling back on it. Well, I'm sick before, but I'm gonna get some of it done. I want to get the car out. It's already July. I want to get it done so I can at least drive it here a little bit before I either move or put it back in storage due to me moving in the spring. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Have a great day. Peace.